someone speak for you. You get on the phone. I used to think that you were talking to yourself, and I was like, okay, I've got no problem with that. But then I realized you were on the phone handling your own business and having conversations with people. That would not have happened 6 months before you got that iPad. It was not happening. So it's had a big impact on your confidence as well. Yeah. So that's about speaking for yourself and for other people, which you do quite well. You educate and inform and push other people to take care of themselves. You think for yourself. You're an independent thinker, and you determine the course of your life. Absolutely. What would happen to someone if they tried to impose something on you that you didn't want?
They will catch it.
I will tell you where to go.
You would tell them where to go. I know that you will. Because you are fiercely independent. And that you do have very deep relationships with people. You draw people to you.
Okay.
Yeah, you do. You do. And you value respect. That's right. And signs of respect are letting people determine the course of their lives. And letting people take risks. That's right. You are moving. You have an apartment to look at tomorrow? Thursday. All right, so for a long time, Janice lived in a building with a busted up elevator. And for about 8 years, she's been living in this spot in the Bronx because she used her own connections here. She was like, well, wait a minute, I'm finding all these other people's houses, you know.
Well, I can't help myself.
Because I can't even get to my internship because of this elevator. And so you hooked yourself up. And as we said, you have your aides that assist you, and they are very important and integral in your life. And one of the things that we did early on, because you wanted to make a change in your staffing, is you asked me one day, how do I fire somebody? And since I do have expertise in that area, I taught you about how you might want to go about approaching the subject. And so you let some people go, and then you hired some new people, and you said, so what do I do to hire some people? And we talked about that, and then you went and hired your own staff. So an update from the video. I blew it. I gave it away, y'all. But this is Sean, Janice's fiance, a.k.a. her boo baby. And where'd you two meet? On Amtrak. Going where? To Albany. To do what? A conference, a self-advocacy conference. That's right. He asked you if you needed some help? Yeah, you didn't, but you know. You know a good thing when you see one. And the rest is history. Some 6, 7 years later? Yeah, 7 years this September. That's right. Very good. Some stuff you enjoy doing. Putting Blue Baby to work in the kitchen. So, you know, we didn't finish the story about your housing. So you got stuck in the elevator, that wasn't working, you found yourself a new place, and then, you know, so you found out recently your landlord is selling the building, and so now you have to move. But you are looking for a temporary home until you purchase an apartment, because you're in the market.
My condominium.
You're looking to buy a condominium, but because you got to get out of your current place, you know, kind of quickly, you know, you're going to do a transition. But you were looking to purchase a condominium.
2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms. It's beautiful.
I like your fashion.
Yes. Fashion to hear.
She loves clothes, right? You like your bling, your sparkle. You love that low cut, that plunging neckline. Well, I mean, the pictures tell the story. So there's something that there's something that about you that I think is really rather fantastic, is that you think of yourself as sexy and that you know that about yourself. And that's a very important thing, challenging, these traditional ideas of what beauty is and having the confidence to be able to do so. That's really powerful. You love to go out. You like to dine out. You go to the movies. You travel. You've got your travel group. You're an active member of your church. You were honored there a couple of years ago at an event. And you were also an honoree at Riverside Church's first recognition of women with disabilities at their annual Women's History Month luncheon. Janice at the event.
Beautiful.
Higher neckline because it was a church. Your mama was there. Some other shots from the event. Jen and I assisted Janice in her presentation. Her mom and one of her sisters. Travel. This year's Jamaica with the family.
I'm going with my friend.
Yeah, you're not doing your usual travel group this year. So it's going to be with your family. You're going to Jamaica, but last year it was the Bahamas. The year before it was Puerto Rico. The year before that it was where? Las Vegas?
Yeah. That's nice.
And so, yeah, you do your thing. You travel. You don't stay home. No, you like to be out and about. Okay. Yes. Okay. Pictures of Puerto Rico. You do Las Vegas frequently, but we can't talk about it. These are two important people in your life. They're friends of yours.
My Peter.
Yeah, Peter. Tim Elliott is a person who acquired a disability who's also a real estate agent. And Tim works for OPWDD for helping people with disabilities find homes. And Zephyr is a person born with a disability who you and Tim did a really great thing for. What did you do? Zephyr's never been away without his family, and he's got to be about 60, I'm thinking, in his early 60s. You and Tim, you're a pain in the ass. You're a nickname for him. Okay, so Tim said, hey, do you want to take a trip? And you said yes, and you thought to ask Zephyr. And so the two of you went with Zephyr on what was his first trip without his family. And he was, in his 50s by then, I think. That's pretty significant. Yeah. Great. Yeah. But he has friends. And he should travel with his friends if that's what he wants to do. Right? Sorry. You used to sell, but not anymore. But this is where the bling comes from.
Wow.
As you stated earlier, you're a member of our Self-Advocacy Committee, but you're also a member of the Self-Advocacy Association of New York State, where Boo Baby was a board member for a couple of years. That's called social capital. Folks know what social capital is? It means that Janice could call my husband and ask him to help her, and he did it without thinking twice about it. She didn't have to ask me. He just jumped right in, said, what do you need? That's an example of social capital. I go get my coffee around the corner at Financier. I absentmindedly one day asked for a regular cup of coffee, and everyone behind the counter froze because they know I only drink decaf. They were like, "What?" And I said, "What? And they said, "You asked for a regular cup of coffee." I said, "I did." I was distracted. They said, "Yeah." I said, No, decaf. Don't ever give me a regular cup of coffee." And so that's social capital. People know what you want when you want it. You can call someone up and say, "Hey, hook me up," and they do it.
I don't want to just leave without saying bye. So nice meeting everyone. Janice, you definitely are an inspiration to me. And I pray that I can be an MSC just like Kate Buncher.
Yes.
Yes. Okay?
Good luck with your test.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're writing this book about your life. One of your community hab workers is assisting you in writing your book. You're trying to start your own business, and we talked about that. You want to take your public speaking thing on the road. And John here, John McKee, who's in our training department, is assisting you in building your website. Some other dreams: to get married, and the ring puts you one step closer. You're working on the home. And you want to buy at some point a mobile vehicle that's accessible to you so you can travel more.
Wow.
Dreams. Dreams, not just like ours, you know. Folks don't want to learn how to brush their teeth. The toothbrushing goal, that's history.
Yeah.
It's necessary that folks have good hygiene, but people have real dreams, real goals, real aspirations, and we have to help facilitate those things with people. So what do you want to leave folks with? What's their takeaway? People first, right? That's right, we're people first language. Janice is not a wheelchair, and she'll tell any bus driver who calls her a wheelchair that she is not a wheelchair. Janice is a person in a wheelchair, or uses a wheelchair. Patience, why is patience important in this work? You need it, it's very important, but why? Yeah. Everyone isn't the same, and some folks need more time than others. Everyone is different, and we have to respect each person's individuality. You don't like being lumped into groups. You don't like being identified by your disability. People should listen to the folks they're supporting.
Yes.
Why?
We know
We know what we want and what we need. So ask. If you don't know, ask, right? And you all need to listen to each other. Why? Tell people why they need to listen to each other. You have ideas. Share them. Share your ideas, share your resources with your colleagues. If you know of a service or a program that could be helpful to somebody, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. If you got some concerns or challenges, share them with your colleagues. You know, you're not in this alone. Folks need to dream and think out of the box. They need to be creative. Why? Sometimes there aren't easy answers. And sometimes there just aren't services. And so you might have to make something up for somebody to meet their need. You know, this is not easy. And if you think about people as individuals, you know, you're going to have to be creative. And one more thing. Don't be a punk. Why?
somebody help,
You need someone who needs help.
help them.
Help them.
Don't be a punk.
Don't be a punk. You gotta jump in there and you gotta do something.
Yeah.
You have to act. That's what we're here for. We have to act.
You get a punk.
I am not a punk. If I see something, I'm gonna do something about it.
Yes, you will.
And so that's how we encourage each other too. Because when you kind of want to take a step back, I'd say, you're being a punk, and then you go and do it to prove me wrong. Yeah, I know who you are. Yeah. So if we don't take that step on behalf of people who need assistance, then they lose out. It's as simple as that. And that's not what our business is here. Our business is to help people win, help people to achieve their goals, their dreams, to live more productive lives, to be contributing members of our society, to be visible, to have friends and valued social roles. Some of Janice's social roles are that of employee, fiance, daughter, sibling, public speaker, all, church member. All of these are valued social roles in Janice's life and in our society. And we want more of that for people. She's a friend. She's a neighbor. She is an employer. None of which has to do anything with your disability.
Yes.
Big difference from, Janice is a wheelchair. Or Janice is a person with CP.
So when are you getting married?
Tell the story. Okay, so your idea was to contact David Tutera, who's this television party and event planner, and ask him to do your wedding. So as of yesterday with your ISP meeting, we had some conversation about that to help you to draft and put together this video to send to him. Because you want to have a big lavish wedding on hopefully on his dime. Or his sponsor's dime. And that's all right. But yeah, it's a compelling story. One that I don't think anyone's ever done on television before, and certainly one that's worth telling. So it's, I think, a brilliant idea to jump out there to do that. But you don't have immediate plans for marriage just yet. No. Okay. But you got the ring, the placeholder.
That's what
Questions, thoughts, comments, anything? What are you taking away from this?
I have a question. When you said that you were doing so much paperwork, was there some kind of adaptive way that you did that? Did you use, is the computer adapted in any way? Oh. Okay, on your own. Okay.
Yeah. We did have to, for the recruitment though, we did have to change her desk arrangement. We had to raise her desk so that she could get her chair under it, get her a wider screen and a different kind of keyboard. So that she could see things and access things, more easily. But those are really minor.
Those are very minor.
Yeah, very minor things. Anyone else? Thoughts, comments? What are you taking away from this? Somebody.
Don't be a punk.
Don't be a punk.
There isn't anyone who should be an underachiever.
Say that again?
No one should underachieve. No one should, accept less than what they're worth. And I believe she's helping people see that clearly.
Yeah. Janice, I would say that you know your value. Yeah. Yes.
I know a lot of people think that you can't, one person, sometimes they feel, oh, I can't make a difference because I'm only one person. but, just that one person, reaching out and taking Janice, I forgot the lady's name, into
Kate.
AmeriCorps, Kim?
Kate,
Kate.
yes.
By just Kate, extending, going beyond herself and saying, I think this will be great for you. So it just, for me, it just reconfirms that it only takes one person and you can change the course of many lives, because not just Janice, you change the course of your husband, everybody that you came in contact, everybody you will come in contact, because she decided to bring it to you and change a whole laundry list of people. So, one person can make the difference.
Would you want this life for yourself or your loved one? As opposed to the life Janice had before Kate took her to America? Okay, all right. So that's a goal. That's a direction for yourselves and the people that we support. Yes.
I think you just taught me like to have faith and motivation, because there's no way I should be complaining about stuff if you could get it done. Like you said, you're just as equal as us, and you are.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to congratulate you on. I think that in this city that we live in, the housing situation is so difficult for so many people, and for you to be an advocate and work directly in helping people find a place to live is huge. You know, it's a really hard task, and I congratulate you for working on that.
Yes, Janice's email, if you want to contact her, is in the handouts that are in your packet on the lower left side of the pages there. So if you want to contact her, you can just shoot her an email.